and welcome to How to Cook Great Food. With thousands of recipes and millions of views, why not subscribe to our channel and join the family?
Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, and as you can see right there, we're making a really delicious lamb and potato curry. We've got some wonderful, wonderful spices in there, some coconut milk in there, which gives it its really lovely, vibrant colour. I'm using a really kind of pretty low quality lamb or mutton today. So we're going to go through a process and slow cook this and, you know, get it nice and tender. So this one does take a while, so bear with it because it really is worth it. Absolutely delicious. Let's go and do it. Okay, so we're going to jump straight in today. Now, the quantities I'm making are quite a lot today, so you're going to have to kind of balance it out a bit. As you can see, I've got a huge pot. So I've got some oil in here. I'm using a sunflower oil, but you could use any oil that you want. We're going to go in today with our whole garam masala. Let's take a look at this. So I've got some mustard seeds, dried chilli, cardamom pods green, fenugreek seeds, cumin seeds and coriander seeds. That's the mix I'm going to use today. I think that's going to work really well, but you can change this around, of course. So let's get them all in. Yeah, you could play around with that if you wanted, but for me, that's a good little combo. Right, so as always, hot oil. Let's cook them in there for a little bit. They're going to infuse that oil. Let's just take a look at our lamb or mutton. Now I've got some bone in there. I've got some fat on that, a little bit of fat, which I don't mind. I quite like that. I think that kind of helps with the flavour. That's looking pretty good. And at this stage, we're going to just drop in our lamb or mutton. And on quite a high heat, which is what we're on now. Let's do this for about 4 to 5 minutes. Let's seal it, let's get some lovely flavours happening there and give it a head start, of course. We want this really nice and tender. Okay, so as you can see, our meat is now browning nicely, but it's going to still be really tough. So what I like to do now, before I add in my onions and garlic and spices and that, what I'm actually going to do now is add some water. Let's get a bit of salt in there. So what I want to do is I want to get a lid on that, and I'm still going to stay on this really high heat, and I want that to get to a boil, and then I want to boil it for about 6 minutes. Then we're going to take the lid off and then reduce any liquid down. May seem a bit strange, but it really makes sense and it does actually really work. So let that boil away, high heat, 5-6 minutes. Okay, let's jump in and take a look. Let a load of steam out of there for you. Okay, now this stage really does make sense, otherwise you're going to end up really tough meat. I mean, you could use a pressure cooker, which would speed this process up, of course. Now, with the lid off, I want to cook that still on this nice high heat for about another 6-7 minutes or like that. We basically want to get rid of all of this liquid, and it will go, it won't take that long. It doesn't all have to go, a little bit's okay, but just want to kind of reduce it down now. Okay, so that was like 9-10 minutes. And we've got a little bit of liquid in there, which is no problem. Now, we really have tenderised this meat now. And like I say, the meat that I'm using today is not particularly beautiful, so you know it's not a kind of high grade. But we really give this a head start, and we pump loads of fantastic flavours into it. Okay, we can start by now adding some curry leaves. And like I say, there's a little bit of liquid in there, but that's great, no problem. We're actually going to add some more in a bit anyway. Garlic ginger paste, which is a 50-50 mix of garlic and ginger. Then my onions, just roughly chopped. Now I'm going to put in some fresh green chilli. The amount, of course, is up to you. Okay, now we're going to get this on the go, again on this high heat, for about another 4 minutes, giving it a stir every now and then. Okay, so as you can see, our onions have changed colour, and we've really got some lovely flavours going on here now. We're going to add more. Now, some curry powders, or some individual powders. Chili powder, turmeric, coriander and cumin powder, about equal parts each. In they go. If you wanted, you could of course just use your own regular curry powder that you may have. I do find this a bit better though. That's your choice though, of course. Now we've got some really happening flavours. I'm now going to add just a little bit more salt. Now I'm going to go in with some fresh tomatoes that I've chopped roughly, quite small. Because what I want to do here is create the masala, or the actual sauce now. So nice ripe tomatoes if you can. We're going to add a touch of water in again now. Still on this high heat. We're going to pop the lid on. We're going to let that go for about 6 minutes. What should happen is the tomatoes will break down and give us a little bit more of a kind of gravy sauce or masala. No need to stir it, you can leave it alone. Okay, let's jump in and take a look now. Let me get a load of steam out, there's going to be lots of it. And as you can see, those tomatoes have really done their job. Now, if your tomatoes haven't give off this much liquid, you can just add a little bit of water. Now we're going to go in with our potatoes. Now, I've got quite big potatoes. I mean, they're big and chunky. I just kind of peeled them. I love them like this. They're all going in now. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit to a kind of medium now. Lid back on. Let that go now for about 10 minutes. You can stir it every now and then if you want. Okay, let's take a look, see how we're doing. Again, let me let all that steam out. This is looking gorgeous. Really nice. Now what I'm going to do is just check these potatoes out. Like I say, nice and big and chunky, these ones. And yeah, still quite hard, which is good. Because it's this point now, we're going to add some coconut milk. And with the coconut milk in is now where we're going to finish off our potatoes. So keeping it on this medium heat. We're going to put the lid back on. It's just looking amazing, really. And I'm going to let that go for about another 5 to 6 minutes. All we're doing now is looking for tenderness of our potatoes and let the coconut milk do its thing. Okay, off goes the heat there. Let's jump in and take a look. Really happy with this. Really happy with this one. So let's check out these potatoes. I'm pretty sure they're done. Yeah, perfect. That knife goes in really nicely and comes out really nicely. Okay, final stage for me. Nice little bit of garam masala powder. And a nice big handful of fresh coriander or cilantro. Let's give that a mix. Check this out for salt. You might want to add some more. I'm fine. We've got a really tasty lamb and potato coconut curry here. Does take a while, but that's only because, you know, the lamb I was using was not of the highest quality. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you soon. Lots of love.
With thousands of recipes and millions of views, why not subscribe to our channel and join the family?